Yo, what is up, guys? Got a brand new video here again, and I'm fucking stoned as fuck right now, like usual. So, because I usually upload a roast video every other day, because it takes a lot of editing and time and everything, I figured maybe like in between that time, between two roasts, I would do like maybe like a commentary video or just talk about whatever, and just like, put some editing into it and, just to get some content up for you guys. I like it especially because I feel like I can just, clear my mind of whatever, topic that I feel like talking about. So today, I figured we would talk about, WWE and how much it fucking sucks lately. So if you're one of those people who haven't been watching WWE in like the past 10 years, well, just give you a quick update, nothing has fucking changed at all. There's still all the same fucking PG jobbers and fucking still John Cena's still doing shit in WWE, even though they fucking threw him on SmackDown now over this fucking draft shit. But yeah, recently, if you guys weren't aware, for whoever watches WWE or watched it, there was like recently a draft, so like some of the PG jobbers would go to Raw and the others would go to like SmackDown or whatever. And it was fucking complete garbage. I don't exactly know why they decided to do this. I don't know if it was because they thought it would somehow, get the ratings up, because they have been really bad lately. Like, I'm talking like in the ones. Or I really don't even know why the fuck they would do this when the product's been like probably at a all-time low. But yeah, guys, I developed a little list here, and I have like a bunch of reasons why WWE is basically fucking shit as of right now, and like since like the past like 10 years or so. And just so you guys know, like I don't really watch WWE that much anymore, but like occasionally like on Mondays and shit, I will tune into like Raw or some shit, and I can't even like fucking stick through a whole show. It's that boring. But judging from whatever I've seen ever since the start of this fucking PG era bullshit, yeah, I created this list basically of all the shit that WWE has just basically forgotten about or lacks. So, yeah, basically I'm gonna start the list off with the number one thing I think WWE should improve upon, which is actually the characters behind the wrestlers. The best example of this I could probably give is with fucking Daniel Bryan. I mean, everybody likes to fucking rave over him, whatever, but I don't really see like what the fuck is so like special about him. He's like this little fucking guy who weighs like 100 pounds or whatever. Whereas like like in the Attitude Era and shit, you have like these fucking bigger guys, and like it would sell the storylines more and shit. But like another fucking another character, too, which I find is complete bullshit, is, fucking Finn Balor. They call him, like, the Demon, whatever, and, like, I mean, the best thing to do would just be to compare that fucking Demon, Finn Balor, to, like, fucking Kane or some shit from, like, the Attitude Era. I mean, you can't even compare both. Like back in the day, you'd get all these like characters like Stone Cold and Kane and Undertaker and everybody, and there was like like a whole character behind these wrestlers. It wasn't just some fucking athlete that threw on tights or whatever, and like the commentators just rave over how good of an athlete they are. I mean, it's kind of bullshit. I mean, to be honest, guys, like the way that WWE books these wrestlers and shit, I mean, it's like it's so bad that like to me, it's like WWE is more of just like a job instead of like something that like is supposed to like entertain people. It's like they just go out there and they do what they're told. Like they fucking just like read from scripts, and it's like so obvious, especially with guys like Roman Reigns and shit who don't have like any fucking mic skills at all. Another thing that I can't fucking stand about WWE's current product is the fucking the wrestlers themselves. Like they're basically all just a bunch of fucking cruiserweights. I mean, AJ Styles is like, I believe he's the fucking champion or whatever, that fucking gay-ass Universal Championship belt. It's like all fucking pink. Looks like a fucking Divas belt back in like the Attitude Era. Alright, yeah, with that being said, I want to talk about the #1 fucking bullshit thing in WWE today in like the past fucking like 10, 11 years, which is fucking PG. If you haven't realized, WWE or, you know, WWF back in the day used to be, TV-14, and, you know, this is pretty much the reason why they got so many viewers and shit back in the day, was because, you know, they were edgy, and they would, you know, do a bunch of things, like, you know, they would actually bleed, and not having it be like a fucking accident, like the time with, Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar, or fucking, you know, like the Divas would do more, like, kind of like, you know, more like sexual shit and everything, and, you know, that's like the thing that people want to see, you know, they don't want to see, like, these fucking, like, you know, top athletes, and it's gonna be, like, such a good competition, because, you know, like, everybody knows that fucking, wrestling is bullshit anyway, so, yeah, and another thing is, PG is, like, fucking, handcuffs, and, you know, like, what I mean by that is, like, there's a lot of things that, like, you know, if the wrestlers want to, like, branch out, and they want to, you know, maybe try something new, like how they did back in the day, you know, they kind of like, they almost like punish them for it now, because, you know, they say like, oh, this ain't, you know, this ain't PG or whatever. Yeah, like, I think that's complete bullshit for, like, penalizing the fucking superstars for basically just trying to do something new. And, you know, like, also what I mean by handcuffs, too, is, like, if you guys, you know, weren't aware of it, like, you know, those, like, fucking gay-ass announcers, Michael Cole, JBL, and fucking 100-year-old Jerry the King Lawler, like, they actually, there was, like, a leaked documents online of, like, scripts that they read from, and, like, shit they can't say. There's, like, a whole fucking, like, 10 pages worth of, like, words that they're not even allowed to use. It's just fucking really ridiculous. But, you know, like, a lot of channels that, you know, that are more focused on speaking out against, like, the current wrestling product and everything, like, a lot of them do say, like, like, you know, Vince McMahon is basically, like, the fucking cancer behind this whole shit. And, you know, I really would agree with that, you know, because, like, he's, like, the owner of the fucking company and shit, you know, and, like, whatever he says goes, basically. And, like, I don't know what it is with him, like, if he's, like, obsessed with, like, fucking little children or something, but, I mean, that's all he targets, you know, with all this John Cena merchandise and all this other fucking gay shit. Yeah, like, to be honest, pretty much Vince McMahon is just, like, an out-of-touch fucking piece of shit. Like, that's really, like, the best way I can describe it. Like, he's, like, the fucking Adolf Hitler of fucking, pro wrestling right now. Another thing that really killed, the current product is, these fucking smarks. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically, like, these fucking fat-ass nerds and shit, that pretty sure have, like, fucking, like, really severe autism, and they fucking, like, write all this shit about, oh, how WWE is so great, and they love all these fucking stars and all this shit, when, like, in reality, it's like they're pretty much, like, in a fucking trance. Like, guys, I'm not even kidding, like, if you go, like, on some of these fucking blogs and shit, they write, like, all these, like, fan fictions and shit about WWE, it's really fucking disturbing. And the big problem is that WWE doesn't like to listen to the actual real wrestling fans. You know, they only like to listen to, well, pretty much nobody. I mean, it's just, they just make up their own shit, and then these fucking smarks are, like, always up WWE's ass, like, oh my god, you know, it's so interesting and all this shit. And I mean, all the fucking proof that I need to give is, like, you know, former writers and shit of WWE, like fucking Vince Russo and shit, like, they even, like, speak out against, like, how fucking shit WWE has been lately. Alright, yeah, I don't want to make this rant too long, but, I don't even know if you really consider it rants, but I consider it more of like a commentary, but the last two things I wanted to mention, is one is the Divas division. I mean, like, what the actual fuck happened? Like, how the fuck did we go from Divas like Trish Stratus and, like, Tori Wilson and shit, to, like, fucking Sasha Banks and, like, fucking Natalia or whatever? I mean, I honestly can't even figure that shit out, really. And, like, the worst part is, like, when the commentators are like, oh, this is the best fucking time for Divas wrestling. I'm like, where? It's like, nobody wants to see Divas as, like, these top athletes in fucking wrestling, you know, going against it or whatever. Like, they want, like, how the old style used to be with the Divas and shit. And my last point is, like, why the fuck is Mick Foley back in WWE? He looks like a goddamn old fucking homeless guy that they dragged off the street that, like, desperately needs a fucking job. And I mean, the other fucking thing, too, is, like, that stupid-ass show that they gave him on, WWE Network, like fucking whatever the hell it's called, something Foley or whatever. I mean, like, I don't know what they're fucking doing, man. It's like, they have to keep bringing all these, like, stars back and shit from the past, like Team 3D, which, I mean, are gone again, but, and it's like, they have to do it to just, you know, draw the ratings. But yeah, like, why the fuck is Mick Foley back? Like, it really doesn't make any sense at all. And the way how he's, like, you know, kissing, like, all the fucking, corporate's ass, like, what it seems like anyway. It's just fucking disgusting, man. Like I loved the fucking Mick Foley back in the day when he used to take dives off the fucking Hell in a Cell, and, you know, when he was wrestling over in Japan and shit, going through, like, glass and fucking light tubes and shit. You know, not this fucking, like, corporate kiss-ass fuck, you know what I mean? But, yeah, guys, anyway, I don't want this, like, whole wrestling thing to, like, you know, surround, like, this channel and everything. It's more about, like, roast and, you know, commentaries, that sort of thing. But, yeah, if you guys want me to make another fucking wrestling video, you know, just tell me or whatever. And, yeah, and I wanted to make a couple shout-outs, like, if you guys want to really keep listening to, like, you know, videos about, like, wrestling, bashing, and all that sort of shit, like, two good channels that I would recommend is, well, one would be the Smart Busters. You know, I'll have a link to them in the description or whatever, like, they're pretty funny, you know, they make, like, well, I think they still do, they make weekly, reviews on Raw and sometimes SmackDown, but I mean, who the fuck gives a shit about SmackDown? And another real funny channel, too, that actually speaks, like, real good truth about the current WWE product is, the BDF network, yeah, you know, Green Psycho and Bubba Dunk Funkin' or whatever, those guys are really cool. You know, it's really funny, too, and they like to bash the product and everything, too, you know, and they give, like, news and that sort of thing. But yeah, guys, if you want my opinion on the future and what the future holds for WWE, I would pretty much just say that, you know, we're pretty much just going to get the same product forever now because, I mean, it's come to the point where WWE is public, they have to listen to a bunch of fucking corporate fucks, and, you know, it's basically, you know, they're under a lot of, like, shit, so, like, they can't really be edgy anymore, they can't show blood and do all that sort of type of stuff. And, you know, basically how I see it is they're going to be fucking PG forever unless, you know, something happens or they put their show, like, on their network or something, and then they can do whatever the fuck that they want. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it is a little bit different than what I usually do, so don't really get used to this type of shit with, you know, like, wrestling and all that. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today. You know, subscribe, like, and all that fucking bullshit. And yeah, I'll be seeing you, probably tomorrow. So, peace, guys.